Wow, I just read out loud the first chapter of the seven that were hanged, which is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Your Excellency, which is a chapter all from the point of view of the minister who has been informed by his police that they've uncovered a plot to assassinate him at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Your Excellency. So he has been moved to a safe other place. They're going to let these terrorists come, and they're going to catch them in the act. But what we do follow in this chapter is all from the psychological point of view of Your Excellency, the minister, who kind of is like, at first he's like, oh, good boys, thank you for telling me about this, the soldiers, the police, all those people, he thanks them for it. This is in the middle of the night where he can't sleep, where he kind of moves to, because he keeps on imagining himself as a corpse, and he keeps on moving to say, it's like, oh, okay, I'm not a corpse. But then he starts to curse the same people who've informed him of the terrorist plot, because now they've introduced death into his life, and the idea that he would have died if they hadn't uncovered the thing. He would have died at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Your Excellency, and kind of just revs himself up and up and up, and this conjuring of this image of death, and at the end he's like, they're fools, and it's all this thing of like, no one should know the time and date of their own death. And indeed, he's gone through a couple of instances in his life where the doctors had told him he was going to die, but he didn't believe them, so he didn't die. At one point, there was an affair, and he resolved to kill himself, and he'd written the letters, and he'd gotten the gun, but then he decided against it. He said, no, I'm not going to. And it's like, suddenly he strangely feels immortal. And he's like, aha, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to die ever. And he kind of tells this to death, and death goes away. But then there's another figure there, very briefly, Silence. And Silence says, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Your Excellency. And that seems to push his nerves back into kind of super frenzy. He's not a well man to begin with. And indeed, it kind of is like he's pressing, there's a clang of a bell, and it's because he's convulsively hit a ringer to summon people. But it's almost like described from the kind of out of body at this point, because he's dying. He's basically, his nerves have snapped, and there's this fabulous image of let me see if I can find it. His nerves were giving way. Each one of them seemed as if it were a bent wire, at the top of which there was a small head with a mad, wide-open, frightened eyes and convulsively gaping, speechless mouth. He could not draw breath. So, like, every single one of his nerves is like a screaming head with bulging eyes, and a convulsively gaping, speechless mouth that can't breathe. And it's like he can't breathe. And that's where he it looks like they're summoning the doctor, and they're summoning his wife, and it's like he's not going to die by the assassin, but he's going to die anyways. He doesn't escape death. And earlier, but it's like, and it's like, maybe it's not 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 1 o'clock in the, what does it say? The Silence says. Yeah, no, he probably, I get the sense that he probably dies at 1 o'clock in the morning. But yes, no, at 1 o'clock, you said, it's like, you idiots, like, they said their idiotic kindness at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Your Excellency. No, not at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Your Excellency, but who knows when? No one knows when. What? Nothing, answered Silence. Nothing. But you did say something. Nothing. Nonsense. I say tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And that kind of sends him into this sudden acute pain in his heart and all the nerves and all that stuff. So yes, that is the first chapter of Seven Who Were Hanged. I think we're going to get a different point POV from every chapter, because I'm pretty sure the minister just died. All right, we'll leave it there. More videos later.